I'm Sarah Weber, the Brain Cleanup Coach, and in this video I want to bring you just a couple nuggets of wisdom that I have developed over the past few years. And it really has happened around time management and organization, and how hard it has been for my mind to go there and to get organized. And it still takes constant effort on my part. But I wanted to relay to you some things that I've realized in hopes of just helping you if you struggle with this same thing. Perhaps you feel like you have, ADD, attention deficit disorder, or you just have a really hard time retaining focus, remaining focused on a task, making a to-do list and scheduling it out. And so this all really started for me when I decided to become a coach and became responsible for building my own business. You've got to be pretty organized and task-oriented if you want to get that done. And so the program I went through, they did have a great modality that they offered to help you, sit down, write down what you need to do, plug it into your calendar, do all the things, you can color code it, and, all those great things. Well, that did not work for my brain. My brain, I can tell you stories from my childhood about why I think my brain doesn't like to go there, isn't necessarily good at organizing. It wasn't ever taught to be organized like that. That's not how my parents were oriented. That's not how their minds worked either. And so, as I've gone through and tried to build this coaching business, it's been rough to schedule things out and to keep myself on task and to not get emotional about it. And that's really what gets in our way, is that, okay, we, think we're going to do these things today, and we write them down, we plug them in at certain times of the day. But then if we get off track, if we don't feel very motivated to do it, then our brain starts to beat up on itself. And that doesn't feel good, right? And so we get kind of stuck in this icky negative loop about what we're accomplishing, what we're not accomplishing, how well we're doing it, blah, 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 all the things. But something I realized, this has been years in the making for me, trying to wrap my brain around this thing, get this thing done, get better at organizing my time. And one thing that occurred to me, this was on a walk yesterday, I was thinking about it, is that I haven't given up on it. And that's one thing. I've still been pursuing this goal of being able to get more organized with my time, of writing to-do lists down and getting more and getting more task oriented, just so I could create more results in my life. And so I've tried, different modalities, different methods of how to do this, and none of them have stuck. But I keep trying, and what I realize that has created is, if you were to think of a lawn, right? A grassy lawn. And grassy lawns, they get aerated. In other words, they get, holes poked into them. A mechanical aeration machine will, they'll create those little soil plugs that kind of look like poo all over the yard. They'll aerate though. There's other methods of aeration as well. But that helps the nutrients and the moisture get down into the lawn to fertilize it and to feed it and to help it grow. And I realized that because I've been, going after this ability for years now, never quite getting there, but still trying again, that's created aeration in my mind. It's like that hard-packed ground in my brain that was like, oh, nope, not gonna do any scheduling or tasks, the color coding, it's not working, this is scary. It started to just kind of loosen that soil, if you will. And when that soil gets loosened, things are allowed to percolate down into the fertile ground of your mind. And so what I recognized that was keeping that soil compacted and tight was my resistance, my own beating myself up for not doing it right, and not recognizing that, maybe my brain works differently. maybe this isn't working for my mind because it actually doesn't work for my mind. But in the trying again and again and again and again, it was like I was just poking little holes, helping the soil, the ground of my mind get aerated, and helping ideas percolate down in, even if they weren't the ideas that were going to get me to where I want to go. It was still challenging my thinking, separating things out. And so if you have this same issue, if you have issues with time management and being focused on tasks and getting things done, I think one of the most compassionate and bountiful things you can do for yourself is to quit beating yourself up about it and recognize that maybe those tools that you're trying to use don't quite fit into the way your mind works. Now, another visual I'd like to give you is that of a guru. You can think of like monks on a mountaintop, or whatever vision comes into your mind. The guru, the he or she, that person that has that, just all the wisdom, that they've taken the time to gain all the wisdom. And I think that each of us has that guru in our own mind. Behind all the clouds of thinking, or underneath that compacted dirt that doesn't like to separate, there is this wisdom, there is this guru there. And the thing about the guru is that the guru knows that all things are possible and it will eventually happen. And so if a student were to come to the guru complaining about this or that not happening, the guru is probably going to just say, keep working at it. Because the guru has eternal patience about it, because they know what the result will eventually be, that the result will eventually come with enough time given to whatever needs to be, whatever attention needs to be given to whatever it is, the result that they're trying to get to. Right? And so this eternal wisdom creates inevitability in the guru's mind. And so if you can think of that and think about rising up into the space of your own personal guru, yes, you have it there in your mind, getting up above all the complaints and the negative thoughts that your brain produces about not being able to do the thing, and you access that eternal patience, just that place of wisdom, that calm wisdom that a guru has attained, knowing that as long as you keep plugging away at it, the result is going to come. It will happen. It could take a week, a month, a year, 2 years, in my case 3 years of working at it, and you're still working at it. But if you can access and allow that patience, that wisdom, and not make the experience negative, your brain is probably going to acquiesce faster. See, the brain uses negative emotion as a cue. Negative thought and negative emotion cue it to avoid things. We want to get away from it. And so if we're trying to train ourselves how to use our time better and get more results and tackle more tasks, but it's always resulting in negative emotion, then of course our brain is going to be like, whoa, this is awful. How is this helping us survive? But the thing is, when we don't know how to do something, negative emotion usually it just results. But if we can get up into the mind of the guru, into the place of the guru, this place of wisdom and eternal patience, and know it's just part of the process. It's fine. Nothing's gone wrong. We're learning. And negative thoughts and emotion are part of it. They come along with it. If we can get there and recognize with that wisdom that if we just keep plugging away no matter what, we're going to get to that result, then just that mindset shift may help us get to the result faster than if we were, traveling along the road but through constant resistance. That's the difference between walking on like a dry dirt road or a dirt road full of mud that's wet and you're just trudging through, trying to move forward, and it's super hard. So, the 3 things I want you to remember from this teaching is that when you are having a hard time with that time management, with the task, whatever, if you've gone through a program, a modality, and you're just having a hard time sticking to it, ascend into the guru. Go into that space in your mind that has that eternal patience and knows that the result is inevitable as long as you stick with it. That is what creates the patience, because you know that the result is coming no matter what. Access that eternal patience. These are going to feed into each other, right? When you go into that guru space, you're going to access the eternal patience automatically, and that patience is going to activate the guru. They all feed into each other. And then allow the aeration and the percolation. In other words, know that every single time you try that new method of trying to manage your time and schedule things out, even if you're failing, you're aerating your mind. You're poking the holes in. And you're allowing bits to percolate down into that fertile soil of your mind to eventually help you come to your own methods of doing things. For me so far, it's just resulted in me scheduling things in my phone and then creating the habit of looking at my phone every night and every morning. And then at times between during the day. But I don't have reminders that go off. I don't put a lot of undue pressure on myself. It's simply creating habit around it. And then when it's simply a habit and it's unpressured, there isn't the negative judgment and emotion that can come along with really ramping up that pressure on yourself and thinking that you should be able to do something when time and time again your brain is kind of giving you a clue that maybe this isn't the right way for us. So I hope those little nuggets of wisdom come in handy for you and help you. If you have any questions, you can email me, Sarah, SARAH, at braincleanupcoach.com, or better yet, go to braincleanupcoach.com. You're going to see a bunch of buttons on my homepage that say Get Web Now. Web is my self-auditing tool. It helps you get up into your own mind, recognize emotion, and how that makes your body behave. It's fantastic. I'd love for you to sign up for it, and then you'll be on my email list, and you can just respond to any email that comes to you, and you can ask me questions and request coaching over email. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.